Hello.
Hello, Janice.
Yes, hi, my name's Janice. What's your name?
My name is Yurka. Nice to
Yurka?
meet you,
Nice,
Janice.
nice to meet you too.
Mhm.
So Yurka, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? What do you do? Where do you live?
Well, yeah, I live in Brno, which
Hmm.
is in southeastern part of the Czech Republic. Maybe you have heard about it
Yeah,
before.
I've been there.
Yeah, how did you
Yeah.
like it?
I was only there for a couple days and it
Mhm.
was in the winter and
Mhm.
everything was closed because we went on a Sunday and Monday. So we couldn't go to the castle or see very many things. But that's, like I said, it was my experience. I think the city looks like it would be nice, but
Uh,
I didn't get a chance to really do very much there. So,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, yeah, it's quite small city to be honest,
yeah.
but yeah, tiny and very friendly for a lot of people. There are many foreigners, by the way. Yeah,
There's
like
the big university there, right? There's a couple universities, correct?
yeah, I think like five or six, maybe even more. Like there are four like big universities, and there are the others like the smaller ones.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and I worked there actually.
Okay.
I used
What
to
do you?
study
Mhm.
acting academy, and now I work as an event manager. Yeah, so uh, yeah, I'm
That's
organizing events for companies.
so. Yeah. So you were doing event management for a university, or you mean you work in Brno for
No, no, no.
a
Yeah,
firm?
no, it's not university. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
company that is called Open Gardens, and we have some conference halls and spaces. So we rent it, and we have a big garden as well. And this garden we also rent, and we organize there events like garden parties or team buildings or some programs for schools, for example. And I do these events for companies. If some company comes there and asks me that they want to have, for example, team building or a grill garden party.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so when you do the event management, are you in charge of kind of coordinating and getting everything together? Do you
Yes.
have like select vendors that you contact and you work with?
Mhm. Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
I have to like communicate with the client
Mhm.
and according to his or her needs.
Mhm.
I prepare the whole event like that they just come and enjoy it. Yeah, so I have to coordinate or like appliers and people who support it. Like for example, the degustations, the music, the catering, and all stuffs like that. Yeah.
And you enjoy it? I mean, to me, it sounds like it would be really fun, but really stressful.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very stressful because if it's a big event, there are a lot of stuffs you have to put together and it must work. Especially you work with people, so it's always difficult. But
Yeah.
it's creative, so I like
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
and
what I would think would be really interesting is it's the same type of work, but every event is different. So it's not like you're doing the same thing day after day
uh-huh,
after day.
exactly. Actually, there are some things that you do always, all the
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
and
of
it's not
course.
just the paperwork
Yeah.
and computer work, but there are some, for example, you have some how it's called the person who for example brings you the catering and you
Like,
always use the same one.
you could use
Yeah,
a
like
caterer. You could say caterer, like a
cater,
cater.
yeah.
Yeah, you could say they're like a catering company or
Yeah,
specifically like
I
a
meant
catering.
like supplier,
Oh,
yeah.
supplier. Oh, okay, yeah, a
Yeah.
supplier. Yeah, you could say supplier, or you could even say possibly vendor.
Vendor.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say vendor. It would depend, but yeah, supplier, caterer, you could say vendor,
Mhm.
possibly.
Wow,
Hmm.
interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
And where are you from?
So originally, I'll tell you a little bit about myself, although I'm so interested to hear about your work but my background, I'm from Canada originally.
Uh-huh.
And then I currently live in Prague. So
Uh-huh.
I've been here full time about 2.5 years.
Hmm.
Before that, I lived in Germany for a little bit, but
Wow.
I came to Prague, or I came to Czech Republic the first time 4.5 years ago. And that's when I actually did a little bit of traveling, and I went to Brno, and I walked around the city, but we were unable to do anything touristy because all the museums were closed and the castle was closed. So I don't feel I gave it a fair shot. I should probably go back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been out here, and I work. I mean, I teach English, but I do other projects and freelancing as well. Yeah, so I really enjoy it.
Wow.
So may I ask you how would you, or why would you need to be using English or practicing English? Is it a hobby for you? Is it connected to your work? Do you have international clients you work with?
Yeah, it's like both of it, because sometimes I have like international clients, who it's usually from the IT companies who speaks English, so it's necessary that you have to communicate with them what they want, what they need, and that's like a must that you have to speak English. So to practice is always better, and a good thing to be able to communicate with them. And after school, you don't have so many opportunities, in my point of view. Yeah, if you don't have like international friends. Yeah. And I like traveling also. That's my passion. So if I can travel somewhere, I like to speak in English or in another languages with people around. Yeah. And I'm always enjoying to meeting people like this. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, do you have any plans for the summer or for this year? Or did you already go on a holiday?
I already had a holiday. I went to Jordan. Yeah.
To Jordan?
Jordan, yeah.
Nice. How was that?
It's amazing. It was amazing country. We were there with my dad. So we rented a car, and we were traveling around the whole country. So we visited the Dead Sea, the Red Sea, the desert. Yeah. We spent a few nights at the desert. It was like marvelous. You cannot imagine like sleeping in a tent. Yeah.
I'm so jealous. I would love to do that. I went to Morocco in April, and we didn't we didn't do like the desert camping, but I wanted to.
It's really cool. And where you have been in Morocco? Where you went?
Yeah, we went to, I was there with a couple of friends, and one of my friends is originally from Morocco, from Marrakesh. So we went to Marrakesh, and then we went, because he's originally from there, he was the best tour guide ever. And there was a small group of us, so we stayed there. And then we also we rented a car, and we took a little, I guess a couple day trip. We took a small trip, overnight trip to the seaside, or the beach, the coast. And we went to I forget what it's called. I'm always going to mispronounce it. If I saw it, I would remember. We went to one small coastal town that was really beautiful. And we were going to stay there, but there's actually another smaller coastal like beach town that caters a lot to surfers. So it's like really, really just this, no one was there. It's off season. It was April. It was still warm, but there was nobody else around. So we stayed at this this hotel there, this kind of like a hotel guest house that specifically does like surfing. Is also a surfing school. No, because it was too cold and it was off season. So they weren't really offering it, but and we were only there one night. But it was a really cool area, because I think for me, I like those little hidden gems. Like the cities are cool and the big areas are nice to go see, because you got to see them. But getting off the beaten path, and we ended up taking the car down the beach to this just, there's so much of the coast that's just sand dunes and then the ocean.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nobody around. It was cool.
Yeah, I've seen this in Morocco too. I was there like, oh my God, it's like 6 years ago. And we also spent a lot of time in Marrakesh, because we wanted to be there just 2 or 3 days maximum. But we spent there like 4 or 5 days to exploring the city and enjoying the life there. The main square was amazing in the evening, at the night, And then we went to
so much food.
What?
Oh, you mean like the main square with all the food? I was saying,
yes, exactly.
Night, eating all the food.
And the orange juice everywhere. Yeah, it
And
was
where
so
did you
cool.
go when you escaped Marrakesh?
Wow. What? Sorry.
Where did you go when you finally escaped Marrakesh?
Well, actually, first we went to the desert,
Okay.
because we had a friend there, and then we visited another friend because after the desert we went through the Marrakesh to Casablanca, and we visited Casablanca, Rabat, and Kenitra, where I have another friend, like the Moroccan also one. So he like showed us these cities and this area around the coast, and it was also very nice and marvelous, lovely, because we saw like it's we felt like the locals, because he showed us his
Yeah.
family and the hammam and his friends. So it was wow, it was so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It was similar. We actually went to his childhood house, and we
Mhm.
thought we were going to see his mom, and we
Mhm.
waited there for his mom, but she never came back. She was, I don't know, we don't know where she was. She was out running errands or something, but we were on a schedule, so we
Uh,
couldn't stay very long. But yeah, but it was nice. Like you said, it's good to have a kind of see what it's like to live there, kind of a glimpse at local life. I think it gives you a better
mhm.
understanding than if you're just a tourist somewhere,
It shows you the culture much better, right? Yeah.
for
We've
sure.
seen, we've met my friend's grandmother who prepared a dinner for us. Like that, people from Europe came to Morocco, so we have to make a traditional dinner for them. So,
Perfect.
so we had like this couscous thing with
Hmm.
lamb, and it was, oh my God, one of the best food I have ever eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds awesome. I went with, it was myself and four, no, one, two, three, five friends. There
Mm-hmm.
were six of us, and I was the only female.
Mm-hmm.
So, which I don't mind, it's fine. But the my concern was those boys could eat so much food, and so I just felt like the entire time I was eating, and they would say, "Let's go eat this, let's go eat this." But you're right, the food is just
Mm-hmm.
outstanding, and the spices and everything was just really great.
Mm-hmm.
So, and did you find that Jordan was similar, or what would you say would be
Sure.
if I went to Jordan because that's on my bucket list? What would
Uh,
be something that'd be very different that maybe I
well,
wouldn't expect?
actually, I think it's very different. Yeah, I
Mhm.
don't have any friend in Jordan, so I was there like typical tourist.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's very different in the style of living. It's more like Arab countries. This when I was in Kenitra, for example, or Rabat, it was like
Mhm.
exactly like Europe. Very
Okay.
modern cities. And in Jordan, it was more wild. Especially the streets. Yeah,
Mhm.
when we are driving there there were like barriers on the highway, for example, and
Mhm.
you were able like I don't know overdrive. Is that the word overdrive? If you are faster than
Oh,
the
overpass. Like, yeah, what we could say, like in the US and Canada, what you would say, well, you can pass, like you can
Mhm.
pass other cars or drivers. But I think in the UK, they would say, I just had the word, they would say overtake. You could say, or you could
Overtake.
say
Ah,
overtake.
okay, okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think we would just say you can pass. It's the
Uh-huh.
same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were passing like for example camels, yeah,
Yeah.
or people on the donkeys on a highway. By the way, yeah, it was like
Okay. Yeah.
it
That's
was
a little
very
more intense.
really crazy. Yeah.
And like you said, you guys rented a car there, so you
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
have to
we
drive.
rented a car and traveling like we had, I don't know, maybe 1400 kilometers around
Mhm.
the whole country. Yeah, we visited the Crusaders castles. It was marvelous. Yeah, we visited the Red Sea, the diving in the Red Sea. It's
Mhm.
unbelievable. It's like the new world there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I would love to do that. Well, I know
Uh,
we only have about 25 seconds left, but I just wanted to tell you that is this your first call with Blabu?
uh-huh.
How did you hear about us?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was very nice. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
How did you learn about Blabu? Do you know?
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was from the internet. I think Facebook.
Okay, perfect. Well, we get cut off pretty much right exactly at the time. So it was nice to meet you. I hope to hear from you again.
Bye bye. Thank you.